Okay, so far we've been putting in objects, and that's great, but we can put in whole houses and interiors and things that we can move through and interact with. And so I'm going to provide a link for you to this very same model, but I'm going to go over here. I have one I found an interior on SketchUp Warehouse. So you see here, it's got no roof, it's just there. And I'm going to go to download. Now what I'm going to want is to get the Collada file. So now we're looking at another file type here. So I'm just going to go ahead and click that and let it download. And it'll take a second, right? I'll mosey over here and find my object. And I want to work on this level over here. So I'm going to unzip it and look at what my contents have. And you'll see here I have a day file, and then I have all the textures that are built into that, right? So you see how complex this model is. Now I don't like the name model, so I'm going to actually just go ahead and change this to interior. I'm going to keep that same name right here so that it can, make sure it knows what's going on. And I'm simply going to grab both of these and drag them into my assets and wait for it to figure itself out, hopefully not freezing. And I'll wait, have a sip of coffee, and it's froze. Nope, there it goes. Thank goodness. So here we have our interior. So I can just pull that out, and you'll see, wow, I have this giant interior over here, right? So again, where does the scale come to? Well, let's make this. Let's scale this down. Let's just do it with this. I'm gonna go to 0.1. Yeah, 0.1, 0.1, just to see where it is. Where did it go now? Oh, there it is over here. So let's bring it closer to the camera so we don't have to go crazy. I should probably use the mouse. Okay, so my Unity was struggling mightily hard with the video running, so I paused it and resized it so it's about the right size for us as humans to walk through this house. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play, right? And you'll see there's my house. Now as I just go to it, right? Oh, look, I'm totally just walking through the walls, right? I'm a ghost. And we obviously don't want that, right? So I'm going to do the same thing we did in the last video, right? Which is generate colliders. So I select my object down here, right? And go to generate colliders, hit apply, let it work. Now my computer, you don't hear the fan running so hard. But it's still gonna struggle a little bit and take some time for this. There we go. And now when I hit play, right, I should be able to go and be like, oh, I can't walk through the walls. So I gotta find myself an open door. There must be an open door in this model. Hopefully I was smart enough to get a model with an open door. And I wasn't. All right, Kevin. So basically, since we don't have that, we don't have the open door, which would be smart, behoove us. What do? Well, let's just go ahead and place our character so that we're no longer first-person controller, right? And I'm gonna bring. Get me out of here. I'm going to go ahead and set myself inside here at the beginning of the video. I'm going to give myself a little bit of a height here. Right? Should be alright. Hopefully there's doors in there. And I'll hit play. So that should start me on the interior. There I am. I'm on the interior. Look, I'm watching some crazy TV. And I can now navigate through my thing. Now, obviously now, you see that it's going to be paramount that you pick, and this is a little too skinny for me to get through based on my size. So there's a couple options. I can go, say I got through that one. Again, you didn't build the model. Now, if it's too skinny like that, you're going to have to go in, like, look how skinny these doors are. Whoever built this model. What can I do? I can go scale the model a little bit, make it just a touch bigger so that I can get through. Because remember, these colliders are on here. I can't get out to look at my veranda at my scene. So again, beware of the models you download if you're going to download models. You saw that we could build our own walls just with simple cubes and using textures ourselves in Unity, but we can also download things. Okay, so now I imported this interior model, and you may have had the same problem as me. I moved my first-person controller, and when I hit play, all of a sudden, I'm looking at it from this angle. And what I noticed is that built into this particular model, and this is why you have to be careful with these models, I can see there's this other camera over here. I don't understand why. So when I went into the interior, I went and I saw this thing that said camera view, right? So we see that there's this camera here. So if I go to delete this, cannot be deleted or whatever, I have to unpack the prefab. So this is like, you remember what prefab is, right? You can see it's a prefab based on the symbol. So I'm going to click on this and I'm going to say unpack prefab. And now when I go down to here, I can just simply delete that. And when I go back, I should have my thing. Now, for whatever reason, it like screwed with my main camera. So all I did was said, well, fine. Okay, that's a problem. Let's just delete our previous one because maybe it unpacked it or did something when I hit that. And just drag in a new one. And all life is good again. So that's just one concern that you may have, especially when you bring in these models.